Hey everyone, we're here for our final trophy guide in the co-op title Split Fiction, and in today's video I'll be going over the trophy Sisters, A Tale of Two Besties. And for this trophy you need to relax on all 6 benches. I'll have timestamps in the description below if you want to skip ahead to a particular bench. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. I want to firstly show a setting in the accessibility options, which is called Allow Skipping to Next Checkpoint. This will make it much easier to go back into the game and find the benches you might have missed, particularly because you can just sort of skip ahead throughout the level until you get to the section that you need to get to where the benches are located. So I just kind of wanted to mention that before we get into it here, as this makes doing the trophy and going back and getting some of the benches a lot less tedious. The first bench is very hard to miss. It's right in Chapter 2, Neon Revenge, and you're going to naturally make your way across this large gap here. Right at the edge of the balcony will be your first bench. Bench number 2 is in the next chapter, and it's at the checkpoint Halls of Ice. You come up here to the large door to the Ice Palace, and if you use that feature I showed you earlier, the skip checkpoint feature, you can just skip to the next part of the level, which will put you behind the door. And right here on the left-hand side next to the cherry blossom tree will be bench number 2. So it's a very useful little option as it allows you to skip kind of replaying some of the parts you may have already played once or twice. But those are the first 2 benches. There's about 1 bench per chapter here. And so our next bench will be in Chapter 4. It will be at the checkpoint Soaring Desperados. Once again, we're going to use our little skip checkpoint thing until you get to this little part here, where you will put away your jetpack that you have presumably used for the entirety of the level up to this point. But once you put away your jetpack at this little checkpoint, you'll have to walk your way through the colored doorways. And then right here, you'll come to this large sort of open area. Right at the very end of the open area will be bench number 3. Our 4th bench will be in Chapter 5, and it will be at the checkpoint Water Temple. Now, this particular one will involve quite a number of skips, maybe about 8 or 9 checkpoint skips. But once you do that, you'll come to this little part right here, where you'll have the 2 spinning water wheels that you'll have to work together to make your way up to the top of the cliff. Once you do that, and you help player 2 attach to the grass to get to the top of the cliff, then they will boost you up with this little pulley here, and that will allow both of the players to make it to the top of the cliff. Then once you're at the very top, you'll eventually see on your left-hand side here kind of a different looking bench. It's made out of rocks, but it overlooks the whole little mountainous area there. So a little bit more work required for that one, but still pretty straightforward, and that is bench number 4. Our 5th bench will be in Chapter 6 called Isolation. You're going to want to load up the checkpoint Waste Depot. Just want to kind of skip ahead, maybe about 4 or 5 checkpoints for this one, but you'll come right here to this position with the large dumpster right in front of you. Then right on the right-hand side of that dumpster, you'll see this little bench here on the edge of the little platform, looking over the whole sort of little garbage field area there. And then our 6th and final bench for this trophy will be in Chapter 7, The Hollow. You'll load up the 2nd checkpoint in that chapter, and once you work your way through that a little bit, you'll come to this part here with the spinning light platform. I think this is the 2nd of 2 little parts with a spinning kind of light platform with the light rays pointing out throughout the windowsills. You'll see the bench here, though, is really hard to miss. Right at the very end, after you make your way across that little section, you'll see the bench here just off to your left. If you go ahead and interact with that 6th and final bench, that will unlock the trophy Sisters, A Tale of Two Besties. That is to find and interact with all 6 benches in Split Fiction. And if you're like me, that is your final trophy to unlock the Platinum Trophy. And yeah, overall, a really enjoyable experience for this one. We had a ton of fun doing a regular playthrough. And of course, going back and polishing off some of these easy to miss trophies. But either way, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. And of course, for watching all of the other Split Fiction videos over the past couple of weeks. And with that said, not sure what'll be up here next, but I hope you stay tuned. And as always, I'll see you guys soon.